Welcome back to Flick Flops, the podcast where we give you the yay or the nay on movies. Throughout December, we'll be reviewing holiday films for the Flick Flops Festive Filmfest of Fun. We'll take on Christmastime movies and tell you if they made us jolly or earned a lump of coal. This week, we close out the year with New Year's Evil, a 1980 horror thriller about an LA DJ who gets a call from evil, telling her that he's going to murder someone as New Year's strikes in each time zone, and that she will be the killer's final victim. But does the movie deliver the baby New Year in horrific fashion, or is it a forgettable film from a bygone era that's best left in the past? Let us discuss, Andrew, on this episode of Flicky Flops.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to laugh, but when you use the word thriller,
that's what it's described as, and I figure we'll tell you what it's really like.
You're taking some liberties with the word thriller on this one.
Yeah, I believe that would be IMDb's liberties.
Look, technically, it's a thriller. Technically,
I don't know to who.
I don't know. It's as thrilling as riding the freaking Scooby Doo at King's Island. You know, okay, technically, it's a roller coaster. Am I? Whoa! No, it's not like riding the freaking the Bat or the Screaming Demon. Gary's gonna be doing some digging for those graphics.
We'll see.
Or not. But you can look them up.
We'll see.
Scooby-Doo, the demon, Screaming Demon.
You know, I might need to fill some time on this review. Who knows? So
I'm trying. There's someone off my camera doing stretch.
Yeah. More time. We need more time.
Oh my God. Okay. Look.
Do you have any numbers on this?
Oh well.
I know we have the Rotten Tomatoes, so let's just do numbers. So.
I have numbers. Not shockingly nothing great. Rotten Tomatoes. Now, this is an interesting turn of events for me. Rotten Tomatoes. The critics have this at 25. The audience has it at 15. Usually, the audience has it a little higher. And I'm going to tell you right now, before I spoil my review, these numbers are way, way too high for this film. The budget for this was $500,000. Now, this is, again, 1980.
Yeah,
so I don't know what that would be adjusted for, but even whatever that number is, it was too much. I do not have any box office numbers on this. I just couldn't find any. Again, this film came out in 1980. I'm sure there are numbers because we clearly can tell you what the numbers were for Jaws and E.T. I don't know if this film had a theatrical release. I mean, I guess it had to, but because
I don't know.
It definitely wasn't made for TV. There's some naughty bits in this film.
Yeah.
Which I will discuss later. This was written by someone named Leonard Neubauer. I couldn't find anything on Leonard. There's probably a reason why. This film. Directed by someone named Emmett Alston. Again, referred to my comment about this film. It might be one of those things where they say you'll never work in this town again, and they probably meant it. I'm sorry, guys. And I know you're not going to watch this. I don't care. This thing is horrible from the get-go. That's all I got on numbers. We can jump right into the poopometer here.
Let's just go ahead and break into our ratings.
Ratings! Again, our ratings are backwards. You want low numbers. You do not want high. In a scale from 1 to 5, you want 1 to be good. You do not want 5. So this year for the seasons, we're using Holiday Poos.
Christmas Poo.
Can't say the name.
Well, Christmas Poo.
This is our New Year's film, so this is the end of the season for us.
Yeah, we'll still use Christmas Poo.
I am going with not an unprecedented number, but I'm very happy with this number. A 5.
5.
Oh God, Gary, this was bad, and you warned me. I did. Fair warning.
I did.
This is like me holding a hammer over my thumb, and I'm going to do it. And Gary's like, "It's going to hurt." I'm like, "I'm doing it."
Don't touch the stove, Andy. Don't touch the stove; it will burn.
Touch the jolly red button. The red.
real quick, I don't want to bury the lead. I too give this film 5 Christmas poos. This was god awful.
God awful is this?
God awful. You know what? In fact, just before we break into everything, let me go ahead and read my review that I picked by Matt Brunson from Film Frenzy. He put unbelievably, unspeakably awful. I before we even discuss, I just want to get that out there.
Bravo to that person. Hey, that was a great review. I myself have a review, Gary. Now I went with someone with which I'm surprised this person actually watched this movie.
Somebody did agree.
I went with the great Roger Ebert of the Chicago Sun-Times, who is a legendary film critic. I'm surprised he watched this.
Yeah.
Truly surprised he watched this. This is his review. It is not very good. It is sometimes unpleasantly bloody. The plot is dumb, and the twist at the end has been borrowed from hundreds, if not thousands, of other movies. End quote. Roger Ebert, the great Roger Ebert.
Unfortunately, he spent way more time than necessary on that review.
The thing is, and that there's a link to click for the full review.
Oh no, it did not warrant.
Roger, buddy,
it didn't warrant even that much, really.
All right, Gary. Let me bring up something before I get into my notes.
Okay.
As I was watching this, I don't know if you caught this. I don't know if this rings a bell with you, but the name's Golden Globus Productions. Does that ring a bell with you?
It sounds very familiar.
Part of our childhood, these guys they were film producers in Hollywood.
Yeah, the name sounds familiar.
I'm going to read you a list of films.
Okay.
That these guys produced. Cobra with Stallone.
Hey, all right.
Breakin' 2, Electric Boogaloo, 52 Pickup, American Ninja, Death Wish 3, King Solomon's Mines, Full Free Love, Dangerously Close, Firewalker, Over the Top, Schizoid, no, I don't know about that one, 10 to Midnight, Death Warrant with Jean-Claude Van Damme, JDVD, Alan Quartermain and the Lost City of Gold, The Barbarians, Bloodsport, Bolero, Missing in Action, 1, 2, and 3. I mean, now again, none of these are winning Oscars.
No,
Last American Virgin.
There's a couple good movies in there.
Boxer, Hercules.
Definitely some big movies.
Sinbad. I'm trying to scroll through. Invaders from Mars, Revenge of the Ninja, Delta Force, the Death Wish films, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Okay, Superman 4, Gary.
There's actually quite a number of movies in there I remember loving as a kid.
Runaway Train with Eric Roberts.
You know who reads Playboy magazine? Sorry.
The producers of Chinese Angels.
Oh,
so
gosh.
I immediately saw this name, Golden Globus. I'm like, oh my God, I remember as a kid watching so many okay films. And their names were attached.
As a kid, loved them. I am sure very little of them hold up. But
listen, I can argue Cobra and Over the Top all day long. I'm a Stallone guy too. He makes some bad films, but Gary, I think the guy, I like what he does. Yeah, I'm just saying.
By the way, I watched this instead. Watch the Sly documentary. I think it's on Netflix. Instead of watching this movie. Watch this instead in there because you brought up Stallone. It's pretty good.
New Year's Evil.
Yeah.
All right, I got notes, Gary.
I'm evil. I'm gonna kill.
What was the voice modulating? It was like a mouth harp into a.
I don't know.
Looks like a portable hard drive he's talking into.
Before you get into your notes, this movie, yes, but this movie starts and instantly dates this film with the beginning.
And look, the highlight of the film was the 80s set. I loved all that stuff.
I was thinking as it started, I was like, this is going to be cool because this is going to be a look at that time period. As much as I would not like any of the people that were punks and all that, I was still thinking this is kind of like it's capturing this moment in time.
It is.
That was the optimistic me in the first 2 minutes of the film as the credits are going.
Yeah, it was like the opening credits, right?
As the opening credits are rolling.
So I'm going to just go down my notes. Stop me when you need to stop me. Or you just let me go through it. We can knock this thing out quick.
Roll.
One of the highlights for me was Roz Kelly. Do you know who Roz Kelly is, Gary? Besides the star of this film, the female star of this film.
I didn't. No, I don't. So
She was famous in our childhood for playing Carol Pinky Tuscadero.
okay, all right.
And as soon as I saw, I was like, I mean, at first I was like, Pinky Tuscadero.
Yeah,
Wow, I said that out loud to myself.
I didn't put that together, but yeah, now I can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, her and Leather Tuscadero, which was Susie Quattro, her sister. I mean, what? You can edit
Hello.
that. You can edit that. That was way too quick. Yeah, your opening scene where the people are cruising down with the convertible and being super obnoxious.
Yes.
When they stopped at the hotel, Gary, there was 9 people got out of that car. It almost reminded me of your days back with your car. Like a clown car, just people keep coming out. Except they had room to move. They had a convertible. Gary did not.
No, I did not.
Those people were all annoying. I wanted them all to die. Unfortunately, they were not the ones going to get killed.
Yeah, I was waiting for that, by the way.
I did make a note. Oh man, the fashion and style of the '80s. Man, do I miss some of that stuff. I don't miss the super clown makeupy blush.
Right.
You know, overly aggressive.
Yeah.
I like a little less makeup on my ladies, but okay, whatever. The next note I took was the nurse who has sex with Santa in the Clark Sanitarium.
Yeah.
Walking down the hallway smoking a cigarette.
Right.
I'm not sure that was always ever okay to do in any kind of hospital setting.
I have no idea, but yeah.
Interesting, and she was quite the hoa. The voice altering device we talked about.
I don't know what that was all about.
And the close up on the side shot of his face and his tongue. Evil.
Yeah.
Like, who says that?
Yeah.
I guess psychopaths do. I don't know. I will say, to me, the best part of the movie, there was something I did enjoy.
The credits rolling at the end.
When I finally hit stop. I enjoyed, and this is the way you enjoy picking a scab. You know,
Okay.
It hurts, but you enjoy doing it, so you keep doing it. I enjoyed the punk bands, the new wave punk bands. I thought they were the best part of the film.
Okay, I could get behind that.
And they were horrible.
Yeah.
But at least I was like, at least the music, it took me back to that time. I remember being 10 years old and going, 11 plus 11, just stupid songs,
Yeah.
One of the songs they were saying was called Dumb Blonde. Okay, I get that. What else do I got? So in the movie, the drive-in, later in the movie, the drive-in theater, the gratuitous girl getting felled up while the guys she's smoking a joint, letting the guy just feel her up.
Yeah.
It was just gratuitous. We didn't need to see any of that. It was just, I mean, I'm not against it. I'm just saying.
Well, I would venture to say that most films from the 80s are probably like that. If we went back, the ones geared towards teens, or
right. Yeah. Cause you got to have that little bit of moment where you see a little bit of boob.
Yeah.
So what else? We go to the, so when the killer sneaks into the hotel, Gary, now this does kind of get explained. I have another note that will get explained after towards the end of the movie.
By the way, spoiler free. I mean, when I say that, when I say spoiler free, what I mean is feel free to spoil anything because nobody should watch this movie. So
yeah.
I meant the reins are off.
The killer sneaks into the hotel as a cop. He's carrying a tape recorder, and then we see him drop to his knees at a trunk, and he's changing his clothes. Now, initially, I thought, boy, that's awfully convenient that there was a trunk sitting there with his clothes in it.
Yeah.
I think there's some explanation later on, so I kind of had to. I didn't go back and revise my note. I just figured I would say something at this point.
Yeah.
But
okay, I do want to stop at that moment.
Yes.
Are you talking about the scene where he coaxes the cop over so they can knock him over the head with a brick?
Yes.
One of my favorite parts. He calls this cop and he's standing behind a column in this parking area. And somehow, even though if you look at the field of vision that this guy's got coming, he's somehow able to hide.
Right. Because there's a parking garage. It's not a parking wall. It's a structure, it's a support beam.
Yeah, it's just a beam. And the angle it was so dumb.
One of the many, many holes in this movie.
Yeah, it was so dumb. And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Yes.
Hey, can you come help me over here?
I found a drunk.
I'm gonna saunter my way over and not bother looking around. I'm just gonna
You keep in mind that the hotel is on lockdown,
Yeah, right.
and he walks away from his post.
And he's the only one there at the post.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you God knows you don't want those drunks.
By the way,
around.
I just looked at our time, and we spent 14 more minutes on this than we needed to.
Yeah. Well, I got one last note, and I'm done.
Continue.
Sticking with my, as luck would have it, there's a trunk of clothing there for him.
Yeah.
Luckily, it was stashed right under the control panel for the elevator. It was able to be just lifted. The door was lifted off, and he could control the elevator by just shoving screwdrivers into fuses. And I was like, they don't lock that up. That's not just, you have to have a key to get in there.
Is that what it was like in 1980? I don't know.
Thank God for OSHA, I guess.
Yeah, really.
So again, not that there's any reason you should ever watch this movie, for the love of God, but
there's nothing redeemable about this movie.
There's not.
And there's a lot there, like you said, there's a lot of plot holes. There's a lot of stupid things that don't make sense in it. The whole reason that the killer is killing is dumb.
The son.
The choices are dumb. The son
putting the mask on, the pantyhose on, and then the glasses. And what is
for no reason?
He just irritated me.
Behind you, this mask that came out of I don't know. I was confused by all of it. I thought it was all dumb. It was a very weak idea. I guess they were trying to come up with the only thing that was good about this was the name of the film. Sounds like it could be cool.
Right.
Because it sounds like it could be a cool New Year's Eve killer movie.
Gary, that should be our challenge.
But it was not.
If we rip on a film, like we give it 5s like New Year's Eve, our challenge should be to write a better version of this film.
Of that movie, yeah.
And then we can just, if we write it, we'll put it up on the website or whatever, and people can read it and they can honestly critique it. But I'll be side by side.
Yeah.
Is our script an ounce better than that one?
Yeah, it's got to be.
Jesus. Oh, God, I don't know. Gary, look, in the immortal words of the fabulous Thunderbirds, wrap it up.
And you'll take it? Not this movie.
5. I would give this 6 if I could. This thing is so bad.
Yeah, if we had a new rating system.
Although, I'll contend your contention, Gary. I would still watch this over Catwoman. I would.
That would be a hard sell for me.
I would. Catwoman, I still think is one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. This
is definitely
bad. But if you said, "Hey, we're going to watch one of these two movies tonight," what's your vote? I'd say,
which one's shorter? That's what I would go by. Which one is shorter? I would watch that.
I would go with this because during Catwoman, I would keep interrupting you to yell at the TV screen, and you would be like, "Would you just stop?" I'm like, "I can't help it. It's a reaction." There's a callback for you. All right,
yeah.
Look, we've gone 15 minutes longer than we should have on this already. End it. Finn.
Okay.
Finn. Bob Dole doesn't like it, Gary.
Like, comment, subscribe. Bob Dole says like, comment, subscribe. Get all your friends to listen and watch our stupid show.
The bees, Gary, the bees.
Thanks, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Oh, that's right. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
No, it's happy. It's happy. In this country, we say it's Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bravo, Raggy.
This has been a Touch of Madness production, brought to you by the creative minds at Tommy Twins Media.